Welcome back to what is either part 3 or 4, depending on how I've done something else, of the marketing plans. Now, we've got to the point where we talked about building the portfolio, having your website, your social media. We've got all the bump behind us now. What we need to do is contact people. And there are 2 parts to this, so this might end up being 2 videos or 1 monster bumper session. We'll see. But part 1 is, who on earth do you contact? And this is where most people go wrong. They're wanting a career and they're trying to build it in a way that doesn't exist. I'm going to take food photography as an example for now, but we'll dive into fashion as well because I see a lot of people making a similar mistake. In food, you're going to really struggle to make a meaningful financial living photographing restaurants. That's not to say you can't do it, but it's going to be tough. Your average restaurant doesn't have that much money. There's a very high proportion of the population of photographers who want to photograph restaurants, and there aren't enough restaurants. It is not a viable business model to be a restaurant photographer. Yes, you can do it and it can be a stream of income, but it's not going to be your career path. Now, if you want to photograph restaurants, it's quite simple. You Google them and you phone the owner. And that works for independents. But then we get chains of restaurants. And this is where there's slightly more money. Mostly because the usage will be split across several places. We'll take Jamie Oliver's chain, which is now gone, for example. If you were shooting for Jamie Oliver's restaurant chain, that's going to go to a lot of places. They're going to be paying licensing fees. There'll be several £1,000s per shoot in something of that size and magnitude. Now, getting that isn't a case of phoning the restaurant manager. That person has no say in this because it's no longer a one-man woman band. It is now a huge business. They will have a marketing company and it'll be an advertising agency. They might have an in-house team, but for the big stuff, it'll go outbound. The same goes for fashion. If you want to shoot for Nike, phoning up the owner of Nike isn't going to help you, but phoning up your local boutique, yes, they will book you. And the same for the money. Now, finding these agencies is pretty simple. Finding the agency for the brand you want to shoot for, so-so. Now, the first thing you need to do is choose a location. Any location. I live in Leicester. I am not contacting every agency in Leicester because they don't have the jobs I want. So I choose London. But let's say, for example, we want to work in Nottingham. Nottingham's a nice city in the UK. They actually have a very big advertising sort of heritage. It's a good place to start. Now, if you're new to this, I would suggest starting out with your hometown city just because you don't want to be gallivanting up and down the country for 20-minute meetings, spending thousands of pounds on travel, all that sort of jazz. But once you've got past that, it's time to start picking where you want to work. You are not bound to the city that you live in for work. We can travel anywhere. I am often in different countries, let alone different cities. So we choose our city first. And the first thing you need to do is go into Google and also open up Excel or numbers, depending on what you use. And we need to start a list. Now, I will start off by searching advertising agencies, creative agencies, and I'll start to find a list. I'll go to each one, open up the website, type the website down, the company's name down, email address, phone number, and a name of someone if I know it. Then in the next column, I'll pop down the sorts of clients and work they're doing. They'll have something in there like previous work, portfolio. Have a look in there and see what they are. I would probably spend a week doing this, Googling everybody and building up a big old list. You can buy these lists, but you can build them yourself. Now, the next thing to do once you have your list is work out of this list, who's working with clients that I want to work with. Not just working with them, but working with them in a capacity that I'd want to. So there's an agency near here who works with McDonald's, but they don't do the bit of it I want to do. They're doing some weird small design work. I want to shoot the big campaign, for example. They're not the right agency for me. Just because they list big brands doesn't mean they're doing big work. You need to really delve down and research it. And the next thing you need to do is start a new column called contacted date. Contacted date. And you get these strewn across your Excel spreadsheet. You take your phone, you dial the number, and you go, hey, this is Scott. I'm a photographer in the area. I'd like to send my portfolio through. Who's best to send it to in your agency? That's all you do. They'll go, oh, send it to hello@myagency.com. Or they'll say, oh, what kind of photography do you do? I go, I do food photography. I shoot for, name a list of brands. And they'll say, do you know what? Jennifer has something at the moment. Let me give you Jennifer's email address, send it through to her. And you go, thank you so much. And if they say, send it to hello at, go, oh, and what was your name, sorry? Oh, it's Mike. Mike, super, thank you very much. I'll send it over straight away. You then swing around to your computer, you send your email over to Mike. Hey, Mike, lovely to speak to you. Okay, you need to make it personable. This is my portfolio. Here's some of the bigger clients I've shot for recently. I'd love it if you could share this with your creative directors, art buyers, whatever it may be. Send it off. Put a date as to what you've done and who you spoke to on your spreadsheet and leave it. Go on to the next one. Now, here's another agency. Now, in this one, I can see different numbers for different people. We've got the creative director. I don't know this agency. I'm not at that level yet. I'm not phoning that person. I'll phone the office. Or recently, I might see a local agency. And I'll be like, well, do you know what? I shoot bigger campaigns than they currently do, but they might have something for me here at the moment. I will phone their creative director. There's like a pecking order. If you're new and you've not shot for a bigger campaign than this agency deal with, do not phone their art buyer or creative director. Phone the office. Be polite. Hey, I'm just trying to get my portfolio out at the moment. I'd love to send you my book. Who do I send it to in your agency? What would be good? Brilliant. Now, you're probably going to message and phone 100 people over the course of a week, and maybe 5 get back to you. The 5 that get back to you, they'll either get back to you via email, most likely, or phone. When they email back, the next thing to do is try and get a meeting. Lovely, thanks for looking at it. I know you don't have any work at the moment, but I'd love to meet you in person. Let me know what suits you. It's a very candid, you're not trying to be Johnny Big Balls here. Just go in there, be human. Now, they might say, we don't have any time for a meeting at the moment. That's fine. You put a note of that and you don't want to be too pushy. Now, chances are nothing comes of your first run. You've messaged 100 agencies. 3 months later, you do the same again. This is not a one-off. This will not fix your business instantly. And you go back again. And you've got the email replies or the original emails, and you email all of those people and you wait. And then perhaps the ones who replied to you via email before, you phone them. Hey, Mike, thanks for getting back to me before. Look, I've got a new portfolio. I'd love to come and show it to you in person if that's okay, or take you out for coffee. Would that work for you? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. If not, let's say, no, I'm too busy. Go, no worries. What I'm going to do, I'm going to send it over to you. I'd love it if you could share it with people in your agency. It'd be great to work with you guys. I love the work you've just done with Kellogg's, so on your Instagram account, because you should be following all of their Instagram accounts. I'd love to do something like that with you. Let me show you what I've been doing. Let's see if there's a way that we can work together. Thanks. Cheers. Speak to you later. Nice and casual. Nothing too much. I start spinning on my chair because I feel a bit excited. I used to be terrified of the thought of phoning somebody, and now I do not care. If anything, I look forward to it because everybody is human. Nobody's going to be an absolute. They're going to go, well, yep, we don't need you. I'm really sorry, maybe in the future. Now, the flip side of this is that sometimes they'll go, yeah, let's meet. We've got a job. And you turn up and you go to the meeting and they go, yeah, we've got a budget. We've got £400 to do this shoot. And you go, I'm really sorry. My base rate is £1,200. And they're like, oh, that's really expensive. Can you? And you're like, I can't work with that. I'm really sorry. But I can put you in touch with somebody who does shoot at that price point. I have got more work from doing this than anything else because I guarantee you that if you say no to a job that's too cheap and you hold your sort of level, when they get a bigger budget, they will book you. Not only that, but people in agencies move around a lot and they will want to. When you go to the next agency, they'll be like, I know a guy. I know this guy, Scott. He can do your photography for you. It's a bit expensive because they want to show something good, something premium when they move on. They're not going to take you with them if you're the budget guy or girl. So stick to your guns on pricing, but I'm digressing a little bit here anyway. So we've got the emails going out, we've got the phone calls, and on Instagram, you need to be liking and commenting and just engaging, and not in some lame sort of try hard way. Meaningful interaction, meaningful engagement. Obviously, you like everything they ever do, but also comment. These things really slowly sort to snowball and snowball. And before you know it, you'll get someone go, oh, we need that guy, Scott. Scott, he does food. Let me phone him. And then 9 months from today, you'll start getting phone calls regularly going, oh, we've heard that you're good. We want to do this, this, and this. But this is not a one-trick pony. You don't do it once and go, business is sorted. This is something that over time, you consistently and continuously just put out there. It's your daily Instagram post. It's your quarterly emails and phone calls to all the agencies. and it's taking your book out to people. It's this continuous and consistent just battering of the world, creating new work and sharing it on your Instagram and engaging with the other people. All these things, they add up, but it's a snowball effect. When you do your first 100 calls, I guarantee you will not get a single job. When you do your next 100 calls, you might get a meeting. When you do your next 100 calls, you might get a shoot, and then all of a sudden you'll get 5 shoots, 10 shoots, 20 shoots. But it is a long game. There is no quick fix in this. If you start this today and you've never done it before, it'll take a year at least to get this momentum going. Now, once you've done your first city and perhaps you've done 2 runs through it, pick your neighbouring city. So I live in Leicester. So say I've done Leicester already as a brand new professional photographer. Let's think, where do we go next? Nottingham, Birmingham, Coventry and Rugby. I know for a fact that Rugby has a lot of agencies that do pack shots. So I'll do there. I know for a fact that Nottingham has a few agencies and in-house studios, and sometimes they get overburdened and they need freelancers. We'll go there. And you do one city at a time. And you phone that city and you log everything. Do not be a doofus and just phone randomly and then realise you've phoned the same person 3 times saying slightly different things. Keep it logged. Keep it just monitored and just make your way through it. Progress through it gently. And, I call it Marketing Monday. If I'm not shooting on a Monday, I'm marketing. Now, that doesn't mean I phone every agency every Monday. But what it does mean is that every Monday I'm doing something, whether it's creating a new list for a new city, checking up on a few agents and agencies to see what they're doing, who they're working with, what they're looking for, what their projects are. Really getting in there, going to LinkedIn and stalking the crap out of them. So I know what they're doing, where they've come from, where they worked before. Is there any common link between this person and this person? I know that I recently got a job for an agency because someone had moved from one agency to another and both of them wanted me to shoot, and there was some weird battle going on between them, so I ended up shooting for one of them. You need to know these things. You need to know who's who. You need to know who the agents are, the art buyers, the directors, who the producers are, and you need to know the people lower down, the junior staff, because you're not going to be able to go in there and phone an art buyer up from London today and pitch your work to them. They're not going to be pleased with you. If anything, it's going to do you more harm than good. But the junior person on reception at the moment, who 5 years from now might be senior, these are the people who should be forming relationships with when you're starting out, because everyone progresses. When I first started out, people who were working on the desk at the start are now in senior either management or creative positions. And we've kept that rapport going on. Now, I hope this is of use to you. The next few videos I'm going to do are going to be about really specifically building your portfolios. Although we've talked about that you need one, you should do this, this, and this. I've asked everyone to send in their work and I'm going to build some portfolios. I'm going to do something from a beginner, a mid-level to a very, getting in there with a commercial level portfolios, and show you how at each stage I would build one of these. And hopefully you can go, well, my work looks like this. This is where I am in the world at the moment. I'm going to give this a go. Or my work looks like this. Yep, this is what I need to be changing. I hope that video is going to be of use. It's going to be quite a long video. It's definitely going to be grab a cup of coffee, perhaps a can of beer, and, sit down with it, work along with it, and maybe, back and forth a little bit. If you're enjoying these marketing videos, do hit subscribe. I'm going to continue to produce them. Let me know in the comments or via Instagram DM, which is the best way to reach me ever, or in the Facebook group. Links will be below for that. Just let me know if you have any questions or anything you think, do you know what? I don't understand that, or I don't agree with this. What about this, this, and this? Send all of that to me. I'll do my best to then work it into the next video. I'm only filming once a week at the moment because of the joyous coronavirus lockdown. I'm trying to keep myself to myself. So I've filmed this week's batch, and then next week we'll crack on with that. Thank you very much again, and I'll see you all soon.